Sir, is it fine now?
Yep, it's fine now.
Yes.
Okay, so I cannot see your resume first of all. I'm not sure of how you added the resume over there. Some of the fake path it is showing. So
Should I share my resume?
share your resume, but don't share your name, email address, everything. You can show me your only the summary and all.
Okay.
You can share your screen.
Yes.
So most 3 years of experience do you have, correct? Right now in Angular. Is it only
Yes, sir.
or
I have an experience of around 2 years and 9 months
okay?
in a
So totally
production
in
sector.
Angular?
Yes, sir, in Angular.
Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, and what version you're working with Angular now?
So currently in my company, they are using Angular 6, but they are upgrading to the latest version of Angular.
Okay, so do you know how they gonna update the versions? What do
Yes, sir. Um, what I know about is actually I've not worked on it, but I know that they are going to use remove uh, all the things that are discarded from the newer versions of Angular and use the uh, new features also along with it.
Yep, that's correct. But I'm asking how it gonna happen. So any idea about it? Do you have? How do we update the projects?
No, sir, I don't have any practical idea, but I have a overview of it
Okay.
in short.
Check that once.
So, is my screen sharing?
Yes, yes, I can see.
Yes,
Okay, so summary, that's correct. Technical skills also fine. Experience is fine. Is it your only single company?
yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Mentor, two trainees, that is also fine. You added DSA. DSA is not required. JavaScript, TypeScript, algorithms is not required. Business logic is not required. Clean coding. What do you do for clean coding?
Sir, I try to write simple code and try to avoid any avoid writing any use code, and I use the enums and the interfaces for
Is it mandatory to show to the recruiters we write a clean coding because they are expecting the right clean code for everyone, not for
yes,
only.
sir. Yes, sir. Actually, I wrote that just because uh, it
See,
was not matching my
what?
skills on the uh, N- Naukri and LinkedIn, so I just added those.
Okay,
I will
that's fine.
remove them.
If you feel that it is required, then that's fine. But see, as I'm seeing your resume, I'm
Yes,
reading that and I'm asking you question. So similar kind of question, maybe interviewer can ask you, correct?
yes,
So at that time you should have the answer for that. So that's why I'm asking now.
yes,
Okay. Time management, oral communication. See, oral communication you need, written communication you need. So don't need to show them. As a 3 years of
okay,
experience, you should be talking to the your clients, your manager, your team lead, your juniors, correct?
yes, sir.
So don't need to add those things, I think. Angular,
Okay.
React, GitHub, Git, React hooks, RxJS, NGRX, state management. Okay. What is difference between NGRX and text state management?
So NGRX is also a kind of is a library for state management.
Okay. And what about
So
the why you added two twice? NGRX also doing a state management. You added again a state management. Okay.
yes, sir.
So that you
It's
can do.
I just added those for the key is. keywords to match. Actually, everyone was saying that there's the ATS system for
Okay,
scanning the
see,
keywords.
those are should not be part of your resume. It
Okay,
should be part of your Naukri profile. Okay, there you
okay,
add your technical skills, correct? Over there you can
okay,
add all those things. So ATS is not about only your resume; it's about your profile as well. Okay,
okay, okay,
you can add over there all whatever things you added here. Same thing you have to add in the Naukri profile, correct? So try to do that and remove from here because it looks a bit difficult to understand the
okay,
things. So,
okay,
because
sir.
see, whatever you know, show them only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
If you are showing extra thing, now then you will get too many questions.
Okay, sir.
Now again, I'm confused with your Angular JS. Our company looking for Angular JS now.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have looked into a
Are you
lot of.
ready? Are you ready to work on Angular JS now? If someone gives you a project, because now we have Angular 18, and you are writing Angular 1. So
Yes, sir.
see, buddy, what will happen if you written Angular JS? Okay, they will ask you one two questions in the Angular JS, and they feels that we have one project that is having a older version of Angular, so they will directly put you over there because you written Angular JS, or you should be able to do that. So don't go back, go
Okay,
go front. So that's why. Okay,
okay, sir.
do this small thing. You can add all those things in the Naukri profile, okay, but don't add here or a LinkedIn profile anywhere, but in the resume I feel it's not required.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then scroll down a little bit. Experience is fine, that is also fine. Yep, that's fine. I think you can stop sharing now. Just update those things. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now tell me, have you given any interview?
Yes, sir. I have given. Actually, I have been giving interviews from this month only. Actually, I have been a part of layoff. So my company has asked me to resign on the 24th of May. So I have been given a notice period of 2 months. So my notice period would be ending in the on the 24th of July. So that's why I'm looking for a job change now. So I
Almost
have
one
given
month.
around 4 interviews till now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, on this Friday, there was an interview of mine for the second round.
Okay.
So it went fine. I was not able to answer 2 or 3 questions, but the feedback was good. But they didn't call me back on the Friday itself,
Okay.
and I've given 3 more interviews before this, but I was not selected in those.
Okay. So, and how many days is remaining? 1 month now, notice period.
Yes, sir, 1 month.
Okay. So, in a Naukri, have you added immediate join or something in your profile?
Yes, yes, sir. I'm applying as an immediate join.
Okay. I think you should be added that your notice period when is ending, that as well.
Yes, sir. So actually, there's a situation here. I have talked to my HR in my current company, so they are saying that I can join as an immediate joiner in any company, and they will just give me the um, releasing letter of the day when I join the other company. So they will actually remove my notice period if I
Okay.
want.
So you can add that immediate joiner within a
Okay.
week or something in your Naukri summary. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Naukri title. Okay. Title
Yes.
as well. Okay. You can add your name. Okay. Naman, whatever name, and experience with Angular of 6 years with the immediate joiner. That's it. 3 years. Okay.
3 years. Yes, sir.
Okay. So add only like this. So it will help you to reach out and update your Naukri profile every day in the morning 8 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in that way, so a recruiter will know that the Naman is looking right now for a job. He has updated today itself. So
Okay, sir.
you will get more chances to get a call.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and okay. So now tell me, how much you were rate yourself in JavaScript out of
Sir,
10.
I would rate myself 7.5 or 8 uh, to be. Yes, sir. I would
And
rate
in
myself
Angular,
7.5.
and in Angular.
In Angular, I would rate myself 7.
Okay. So 3 years experience we have in Angular, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then you should be having more than 8 in Angular.
Yes, sir. Actually, um, yes, sir. But I think I'm better at JavaScript than Angular because Angular includes a lot of uh, libraries also. So I'm not familiar with all the libraries, but I'm familiar with the how Angular works and how components are made, how decorators work, how services dependency injection and the change detection, all those things work.
That's fine, I think. Okay, so we'll start with first Angular, sorry, JavaScript, then we'll move to the Angular questions.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, so can you share your screen again? I'm giving you one URL, so just paste it in the and open it in your browser. And I will share another link, code share as well, so you can check that.
The JavaScript playground link
Yeah, yeah.
is actually blank.
Let it load first.
Oh,
Okay, fine. Okay, so have you seen this type of operator somewhere?
Uh, yes, type of operator. Yes, I've used that.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, yes. Tell me.
Yes, sir. You were asking that have I used the type of operator?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I have used it.
Okay, so if I do type of undefined, then what should it return?
Sir, it would return us uh, undefined only.
Okay, and any reason for that?
So because undefined is actually not a value,
Hmm.
it denotes that a variable has been declared, but it has not been initialized yet. So the JavaScript, what it does, it is it hosts the variable and assigns it a memory location, but it does not sets a value to it.
Okay, okay.
So
So, okay. So, okay. So that when that hosting is happened, okay.
yes, sir.
So all the variables from the functions as well going to host at the top. How it happens? Hoisting, how it happens? Suppose I have one function, okay,
Sir.
and I have some variable outside of my function. So what exactly it will do for us?
Sir, it uh, uh, actually hosting will have two phases of its execution. So firstly, what will happen is that it will read all the variables and functions, and it will assign a memory location to them. For the functions, what it will do is it will assign a a, mem- a memory location, and it will just copy the whole um, function definition in the location. While for the variables, what it will do is it will assign the location, and then in the when the execution phase start, it will it will initialize them with the values.
Okay. So if I try to access one of the function before it is declaration,
Yes,
so
sir. Yes,
what it will
it
give?
is. It is possible, sir. It will call the function.
Okay. And what about then that variables inside that function?
Uh, Sir, variables that are declared inside that function,
Hmm.
so they would be hosted inside its execution context. What I mean by that is when the function will be called, it will create an execution context of that particular function, and it will move to the inside the call stack, and then they will the variables inside it will be hosted in the same way as global execution context, but inside inside the function's execution context. In the same way, the memory allocation phase and then the execution phase will happen.
Okay. And what about latent const?
Latent cons are, sir, block scope variable. So they are also hosted similarly, but we can't access them before they are declared, because they are um, hosted inside the block scope, and it would give us a null reference error if we
Okay.
try to access them before their declaration, because they are hosted actually. um, uh, it, there comes in a concept of temporal dead zone in case of latent cons.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is that they are hosted inside their block scope, but they can only be accessed uh, 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 when the temporal dead when its temporal dead zone has passed. So and the temporal dead zone is actually when the when the execution enters the block, and till it's not assigned a value.
Okay. Yep. So that's the temporal dead zone, the variable which I created at line number 8. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So till 16, it will be part of temporal dead zone. Okay. So variable is
Yes, sir.
declared, but we have not assigned any value.
Yes,
As
sir.
soon as it gets value, it's come out of that. Okay, that block,
Yes, sir.
as we can see. Okay. So what is type of null?
So type of null would be an object,
Okay. And why?
because a null is a value,
Hmm.
and uh, everything inside the JavaScript is actually created with objects.
Okay.
So null values are also defined inside the JavaScript as object only.
Okay. So suppose I create one class. Okay.
Yes.
My project. So is it going to hoist or not?
The classes.
Hmm.
Um, I think it will be hosted.
No, it won't.
Okay, so classes are not hosted.
Yep. Because it internally again converts to function. Okay. Later. Once
Okay,
it
okay, okay.
okay. So everything is a function and
Yes,
objects.
sir. Yes, sir.
No class, nothing. Okay. We'll move to the next question. Can you open that another link now? I'm
Yes, sir.
giving you one code to write.
Should I open the plain
JavaScript.
JavaScript template?
Yep, yep. Okay. So now go to that second link again. Remove all these things from here. That's fine. Copy this last line.
Given two arrays that are
Hmm.
sorted.
So we have two array. Okay. You have to combine them and have to sort it. So how I can do this? Comment out this line first. So it will not give any error.
Okay, so I have to combine them and sort it.
comment that line first.
Yes,
Otherwise, it
sir.
will give you
Yes, sir.
error.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So what I can do is I can concatenate them and then use the sort method, which JavaScript provides us in its
Okay.
prototype.
And if I ask you to without sort, then
Then we can run a loop and sort them with for each for loop.
okay, do that.
Uh, the sorting part. Okay.
All part.
So I'm spreading the operators and then concatenating them. Hmm. So actually, the console is not working.
Copy that code and refresh the page. Copy first your code, all code. Copy, refresh page.
Should I use the JS bin?
You can use, that's fine.
It
Yep, it's
works
loading now.
faster.
It's loaded now there as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And suppose we have a nested array. Then suppose after 31 in a
yes, sir.
first. if I have nested array inside
Yes, sir.
that. So,
So we can flat it
hmm,
uh, using the flat method provided by uh, the JavaScript, or we can use our own
hmm, got it.
loop or a function to flat the array.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. So, you might heard about the use strict, correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you
Uh,
used it?
use
Use strict.
use strict. Yes, sir.
Have you used it in your code or somewhere?
Um, yes, sir. Actually, by default, we work on use strict mode only. But I have heard of
The
use strict
default
and
mode?
non-strict mode in the uh, theoretical part and for learning, but I have never used it inside the production application or something like that
Okay.
while developing.
Because in TypeScript, we usually get a type safety. Okay. So that's why we
Yes, sir.
don't need to use that, correct?
Yes, sir.
So we,
Actually, during the use strict mode, the this of uh, uh, the object global object will be pointing to undefined, and while non-strict mode will point to the global object of the um, global object or the window object.
okay.
In
Okay. So,
that is the
what is
difference.
the need of closures? What do you think? Why they have introduced closures?
Yes, sir. So uh, if we closures were introduced for solving a problem, like if we are having a function currying, or we are using a function and returning we if we are returning a function from within another function, and the inner function that we are returning has some dependency on the outer function scope. So what closure does is that it will form a closure of its lexical scope, the inner function's lexical scope, and it will store all the references of its outer environment as a separate scope known as closures, to be used even when the outer function's execution context has been destroyed.
Okay. So when outer function get executed, so what exactly it holds in the call stack?
When the outer function gets executed, what it holds in the call stack, um, sir, when it will get executed, and it if it has returned the uh, inner function, and after returning the inner function we are calling it the inner function afterwards, then the outer function will be removed from the call stack, and
So that is what I'm asking. Now. So
yes, sir.
what it will hold then? What do you think it's holding?
The call stack,
Hmm.
what the call stack will be holding,
Yeah. For
sir,
outer function.
after the outer function has been executed.
No. While adding to the call stack outer function.
Yes, sir.
When that line comes, so what exactly it will hold? At that time, it will go to the next line then after the function. Okay. So
Okay.
that is what my question. If you are creating a closure, okay, and
Yes, sir.
you are calling that function later after 100 lines, okay, it will go to you created a closure at line number one, okay,
Yes, sir.
line number one to line number 10. Then you
Yes,
add
sir.
console.log at line number 11, and you are
Yes.
using your closure at line number 100. So my question is that it will go one by one, correct? in the call stack. Your closure will come into call stack, then it will go for console.log, it will print it, it will out of, okay. Then it
Yes.
will go to your till line number 100, okay.
Yes.
Then your closure will call, okay. But before that, it should be registered in your call stack. Okay, so my question is that while creating that closure over there, what it will hold,
Um,
or you when you call that function, what exactly it will hold?
so can you write it as an example? Actually, I'm not able to get the question properly. Can you write what you are asking in the chat or
Create a closure.
okay? So I'm sharing my screen.
Hmm.
So function A I am creating, and let's say I will declare a variable named x inside it. I will assign a value to it,
Hmm.
okay, and then I will return a function from within it.
So this is what I
Uh,
was asking. It should
name
return your function, okay? Because you are returning that something from that function. So that was my question to you. What it returns, what it holds at that time.
uh, okay, so you are asking that when I call this function a, let's say I am calling it with inside a variable k. So you
Hmm.
are asking what will this k hold?
Yeah.
Okay, so this will hold the function definition of b.
Yep. So that was my question.
Okay, okay.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, we'll move to the next question. Now, Sam, tell me why IIFE they have introduced. What is the use of IIFE?
If fees were introduced to actually the fees are um, first, I will tell you the full form of it. It is the immediately invoke functions. So we can declare a function and then immediately invoke them. And the main advantage of if we would be that the variables declared inside it are protected and cannot be accessed from outside.
Okay, so suppose I have one scenario over there. I want to access those variable.
Yes, sir.
So how can I access?
Accessing the variable from IFI.
Hmm. Inside it. Okay, Naman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I was asking you the.
Accessing how to access the variable
Hmm.
from IFI.
Yeah.
Um, no, sir, I can't think of it right now, but I will definitely look
Yes.
into it.
Okay, so we use closure for that. Okay, so that is
Okay.
the use of that.
Okay, so we can return the function from IFI and then use that function's closure. Okay.
Hmm.
Yes, I think I've done that, but I was not able to recall it.
Okay. Okay, Naman. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so one more thing. Now we are as we talked about the wasting. So do you think that arrow function also going to waste?
Arrow functions. Um, no, sir. I don't think they are also actually arrow functions cannot be declared by themselves. They need to have an expression.
Hmm.
So the variable in which they are uh,
Correct.
going to be
So
assigned, those will
same
be hosted.
same way we have function expression and function declaration. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so normal function always hoist. But if you're creating a function expression like that, so
Yes, sir.
not waste. Okay. Okay. So what is difference between both?
Function expression and function normal function.
No, arrow function and normal function. Apart from syntax.
Okay, so arrow functions have an implicit return type, return value. If we are not using the curly braces, then it will return the value that we are using over there.
So that's fine.
And
I'm not asking about syntax and all. I'm asking you the
okay,
actual difference.
okay, so you are asking about the this keyword difference.
Whatever you know.
Okay, so yes, the arrow functions don't also have their own this keyword. They take the this keyword from its uh, enclosing scope.
Mhm.
So this is also a difference between the arrow function and a normal function. And there is also one more difference, that the arrow function does not have the arguments key access to arguments keyword,
Mhm.
while the normal function has the we can take out the arguments from the with the help of arguments keyword.
Okay. Can you go back to the code share link again? That another link.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh,
um,
just close this. Can you refresh this page? Okay, you can see now. So, okay, so we have one immediate invoke function over here, okay? And we're passing
yes,
some input parameter over there, 0.
yes, sir.
Okay. So now tell me what would be the output of it?
I think it would give us an error.
And why?
um, is it correct, sir?
No, no. Just type it in the that another input and check it. Hello? Okay. So
Okay, so we can't delete the local variables.
correct. Okay. And now tell me,
Yes, sir.
so why it printed 0?
So because it was we can't delete x
Hmm.
uh, like this, so it just returned the value received from this iffy.
Okay.
So that's what it's printing.
Okay. You
Actually,
know
I
what?
thought that it would delete the reference of x from the memory, and it will throw an error over here saying that x is not found.
Correct. Okay. So you cannot delete a variable directly. Okay. You
Yes,
can direct delete a reference of an object. Okay. Suppose you have an object inside that you have some parameters or keys, and if you want to
yes, sir.
delete that keys, that it works. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So how to prevent modifying a object? You can check later. There are methods object.seal and
Yes, sir. Object dot seal and object dot freeze.
okay,
There are.
you can check that. Okay, now coming to Angular. So what is the new features they have introduced in Angular now? Any idea? In 16, 17, 18, anywhere?
Yes, sir. There are standalone components, and they are moving towards a functional programming method like React, because what seen is that earlier when we used to create a guard or interface, it used to using the CLI command, it used to generate a, a component, class based component actually. So now they are creating a function instead of that
No,
class.
no,
And
no, no.
yes, sir.
Where you read this?
Actually, I have used it in Angular 18.
Okay, so you created a function
Yes, sir.
instead
Actually,
of
I created a guard, using the CLI command, and it
So, and you are
created
saying
a
about
function.
component. No, no, wait, wait. You are saying about component or guard.
Yes, sir.
You're talking about component or guard. That is what I'm asking.
Component or?
Angular guards over there, correct? Auth guards.
Yes, sir.
So where you written that? In a component, you created a component functional class or what?
I created a guard.
Yeah, so you created only guard, not a component. So don't say
Yes, yes,
component
sir.
now.
Yes, sir. Not component. Actually, guards. Earlier they used to create a class-based guard, but now they are creating function.
So
And
yeah, see
Angular 18 is.
interceptor as well. Okay, not
Yes, sir.
interceptor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
And sir, they are introducing a new thing known as signals also,
hmm,
to bypass the whole change detection mechanism of Angular.
okay. So what is the problem with change detection right now?
Sir, actually, it takes a lot of re-rendering, and it's not that optimized. That's the reason why React is more faster than Angular, because what happens in Angular is that if there is any change uh, inside any component in Angular, then it will re-render the whole DOM. While
Who does that for us in Angular?
no, there's a file known as library Node.js, Zone.js.
Okay. So with the signal, it is not required.
Uh, yes, sir. I have not used Signal, but I have heard about it on the podcast and other things, that it is using a similar mechanism to um, um, what I would say is like in React they use
Okay.
with the use state hooks and other hooks. I think it's like
Okay.
that.
So suppose I have I have some APIs in my project. I want to pass some of the authentication header or something in that. So
Yes, sir.
how can we pass it?
Yes, sir. We use the interceptors for that, HTTP interceptors.
Hmm.
So what we can do is we can create an interceptor, and the interceptor will receive the request, and then we can clone the request using the clone method, and we can add the token sent by the server to its header as the authorization property.
Okay. Okay. So that's fine. Okay. So while getting a data, you will pass it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So while sign up and login, how you
Yes, sir.
will do this then? Because we don't have the token at that time. So how can you bypass
Sir,
the token?
while logging into an account, the user will send a request for a token first. Then the server
You
will.
are not getting my question.
Yes, sir.
You said that we clone our request, correct? In your
Yes, sir.
interceptor. So while login as well, it will go through from there itself, correct?
Yes, sir.
So how can you bypass that login and sign up in
Yes,
that?
sir. Uh, we can define a if condition and bypass it inside the interceptor.
What
Uh,
if
if
condition?
the
Right.
URL is if the token is not there, or the request for fetching the uh, token, then it would not go through that cloning process.
So that is kind of hack them. Suppose you logged in, okay. Somehow
Yes.
you deleted the token from the local storage or somewhere, and you try to send the request. So you will check the token. If it is not present, then bypass it like that. So it will go as it is. Then it will.
No, but it would check the request also, the request URL, what for what we are requesting.
Okay. Work on that little bit. Okay, we can
Okay.
skip. We can add some of the headers, so we can, with the help of that, we can check that.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now tell me, how can we encode the username and password while sending it request?
How can we input the?
See, you passing username and password. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it will go from UI to backend.
Yes, sir.
If you see in the network, we'll find your form's value as a username password. It is going to the one of the payload, correct?
Yes, sir.
But user can see that, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, do you know how to encode that while sending to the backend?
Um, we can we can encrypt it and send it.
So that is what I'm asking. What encrypt? What do you use to encrypt it
JWT tokens.
from UI?
No, 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 sir. I don't uh, know about it.
So there are a couple of encryption methods. So we can use B2A. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And while coming from backend to UI, we have to use to decrypt it as well, correct? So to get the
Okay.
user details. So
Okay, sir.
work on a little bit on that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So any other feature do you know?
Any other new feature? No, sir.
Defer loading. Have you heard about
Uh, what, sir?
defer loading?
Defer loading.
Yeah.
No, sir. I have not heard about it.
New control flows at the rate if, at the rate for, at the rate
Yes,
else.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have heard of it. At the rate, if they are called as control flows.
Control flows. Yeah.
Sir, yes, I have heard of it, but I have not used it.
Yep. So try to use little bit to them. So because see, as you are working in Angular 6, so
Yes, sir.
if you are going outside, they might be having the latest architecture. Okay. So you
Yes,
should
sir.
be familiar before going to the other company. So just try to and play around those things once.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So component communication and all that's fine. I'm not asking. Have you written any test cases in your project?
No, sir. Actually, I have not written any test cases because they didn't use to write the test cases in my previous company. Actually, QA used to write the test cases and test it on the
So in
JavaScript.
Angular, QA writes test cases.
Yes, sir. Even in Angular, they don't use to write, but I'm learning about it. I know that we can write the test cases using it. Actually, I'm on the beginning phase of it.
Yep. So check that as well. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think a couple of things which I wanted to ask you related to Angular. As a normal question, I have not asked what is router cards and also might be I already assume that you already know those things. So that's fine. But I wanted to, as you are working in Angular 6, so that's why I was asking you the latest what is happening in Angular.
Yes, sir.
So, but mostly you should know all those things. Okay.
Okay.
And if you want to practice, then you can check our videos and try to answer yourself. So whatever question I'm asking somewhere.
Yes, sir.
So at least you will practice along with that. Okay.
Okay.
And same thing for RHS as well. Okay. So you might be already using observable pipe
Yes, sir.
or map operator. So brush up on that as well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I think that's it from my side. You have any question for me now? One
Yes,
thing
sir.
I observed, Naman, one thing I observed for you. So while explaining your answer in the JavaScript, you are confusing sometimes. So sometimes it's difficult to understand, to me at least.
Okay.
So work on that. So if you know the concept properly, then you should be able to answer in the straightforward way.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, what happens is that in JavaScript, basically, I'm able to write the code and explain it using uh, the coding tool,
Hmm.
but verbally it becomes a little difficult for
Okay.
me
Do,
to
do one
explain.
thing, go to TopMed link.
Yes, sir.
I have created that cheat sheet. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you want to buy it because I have added the theoretical answers as well over there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So you will find for HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you want to get it, so you can check that. So that's the problem. Okay. So what happens, you know the concept, but while explaining the things, you get confused. So
Yes, sir.
that's where the interviewer will think that so you don't know the concept properly. I have pasted in the chat. Okay. So if you want to check that, you can check it later.
Okay, sir.
And you will get HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Angular questions.
Okay, sir. Sir, and I have
Hmm.
a few questions.
Hmm.
Um, Actually, um, what I want is that um, wait, sir, sorry. So, sir, what should I expect from a coding round in my second for my second round if it happens?
They one of the company asks you for coding round.
Yes, sir. In the last company, actually, what happened is that it was my second round, the coding round. So I was expecting that they would ask me the coding related questions, or they would ask me to build something.
Some of the companies gives you directly hacker rank link. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So from there they ask some time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Some of the companies will give you a task in a mail as well. So they will give you the one of the zip folder, and inside that they will ask you to write down the code and send it to back to them. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Some of the companies directly ask you join the call and write down the code.
Yes, sir.
So that's vary. So I cannot directly tell you so what exactly the company will expect from me.
Okay.
Okay.
And sir, sometimes what happens is that if I've read a topic, then I think that it's all done. But when I give any interview, then there is some or the other cross questioning that I don't know about. So how can I cover uh,
So
a
that's
whole?
where, Naman. So that's where you have to see if you don't know the concept and you just trying to give the answer for yourself. That's it. So counter question will come. But if you are learning that concept in the depth, okay, the way I asked you now the closure.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I asked a counter question to you, correct? So you are not expected that question to from me and that if he as well. So that's fine, but at least whatever things you are learning now, so you should have that deeper knowledge of it. So if someone asks, at least that question answer it relatable for me, then that's fine. If you are coming at least 60-70% about the cross question, that's fine. So
Okay.
don't be worry about that things, okay? So that's fine. So no one is perfect, okay?
Okay.
But try to read the things in the depth, okay? So
Okay.
see, everyone expecting the higher salary now, okay? And everyone knows that if I'm hiring you, so I expect you to write down the code properly since once you join the company. So no one wants to candidate who don't know the proper things, okay? So that happens there.
Okay. Sir.
Yep.
So
So the practice is the one thing I would say you for you.
yes.
So and the company, the as much as interviews you give, so that much of proficiency is automatic comes.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Okay.
sir. So any feedback you would like to give me any
Yep.
extra
I
feedback?
already told you
Yes.
JavaScript thing. Okay. Then Angular thing. Learn the new latest things. Try them. Play with them. At least if someone is expecting the latest technology in that company and at least you are able to answer those. So there, that is also a positive point for you, correct? So play around the signals that differ loading, control flows, create a small example. If you are able to create a small example, then while interviewing, you can show them, I have created this kind of example for me to learn the things. So you can explain that as well in the interview. Just start that server ngserve and make it available while interview. So if they ask you, then at least you can showcase them something. This can
Okay.
be one of the good thing from you. And about that theoretical question, you can check that link in the description. Sorry, not in the description, in the chat. Okay,
Yes,
and
sir.
take it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Naman, then all the
Okay.
best. Ping me on
Thank you.
Instagram if you need any help
Yes,
about
sir.
your interview or something.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. Chalo, bye bye.
Bye.